and I am back, and I am here with another haul video for you guys. One that I mentioned I would do once my order came in from Ulta for their Platinum Perk sale. It happened around the same time as the Sephora VIB sale, but it was 20% versus the 15% that Sephora was offering. So of course, I took advantage of the Ulta sale over the Sephora sale, and any crossover brands that I was going to pick up, I just picked up from Ulta instead. And Ulta also was participating with Ebates during their birthday week, and they had a one-day special where it was 15% cashback. So it was kind of like doing the Sephora sale all over again. So I did pick up a few more items from the cashback sale that Ulta was having with Ebates. And I also have a couple of items that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale that I didn't quite include in that video, so I needed to make sure that I mentioned them this time around. And then I have some miscellaneous things just sprinkled in here or there. So I have tons of products to share with you guys, and I'm going to start out with, I'm going to just cover the things that I didn't cover during the Sephora sale. I'm going to get my ring off because I'm going to get messy with my hands. So the first thing from the Sephora sale that I forgot to mention that I got was the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Longwear High Cover Foundation. This actually has an SPF of 25, and a couple of you guys were asking me to review this, just to haul it, see what I thought about it. And I picked this up with the 15% off because this is expensive. I think this is $65. Giorgio Armani foundations are expensive, but I've always liked them. Like, I like the Maestro foundation, which was their drop foundation. I like that foundation. The Luminous Silk was just too luminous for me, so I have it. I think, did I get rid of it? I think I probably got rid of it because it was just way too luminous. Beautiful finish, but for my oily skin, no. Now they have this Power Fabric, which is more geared towards combination and oily skin, because as it sounds, it's like Power Fabric. It's like a fabric foundation. I don't know that that really indicates that it's for oily skin. But anyway, it's more of a demi-matte finish. It's beautiful, okay? I've been wearing this since I got it, non-stop. I got the shade number 10, which is actually a little bit dark for me, but I'm wearing it right now. My neck is lighter, like right here on my neck is lighter than my face. So my face is gonna look darker, and then my hands are lighter, and it's just a mess to match my skin and make it look like, not make it look too obvious that my face is a little bit darker. But I got shade number 10. Again, it's a little bit too deep, and I hope that I might get a little bit of a tan during the summer, and this is gonna work a little bit more. But I wear it very lightly, like I put very little because it has really nice coverage, and I just use the lightest amount, spread it over my skin. I don't wear like a full face of foundation or like face makeup during the week. I just put on a very light layer. It's almost like a no makeup. I just even out my skin tone, and I've been really liking that. So if you want to hear my recommendation, I do recommend that for oily skin. Now, the next thing I picked up from Sephora that I forgot to mention was one of their Radiant Luminizing Drops. Now, I got this shade Ultra Light, which sounds like a complete crazy shade for me to get because I have darker skin. But I swatched the other ones in store. They have like a couple of champagne-y shades and all of that. But this one, you shake it up and it's a dropper. This guy actually is almost like a peachy gold shade once you blend it into your skin, because it's a luminizing product. So you're just supposed to like blend it over your skin. It actually gives this beautiful peachy glow that I really like, and it dries down to almost like a budge-proof finish. I don't know if it's even waterproof. It says, infuse your foundation, moisturizer, oil, or eye cream with these liquid luminizing drops. Apply a small amount to the bridge of the nose, brow bone, or décolletage with fingertips. Or décolleté, I should say. You want to say décolletage because of how it's spelled, but it's décolleté. Beautiful. I actually really like this, and because it's like a water texture, it dries down and doesn't budge. So I actually like this for my oily skin, and I'll use more of that during the summertime just to glow it up. And I did mention during that last haul video that I ordered the shade Miss Roper, which is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquefied Lipstick. I got the bright orange. This is Mrs. Roper. And I did order this from Sephora, this bright orange shade. And can I tell you how excited I am to wear this for the summertime? Like, I love a neon bright lip for the summer, so I am gonna get crazy with this. And I did get this little set. This was a 500 perk set. Honestly, I really don't like the rewards programs from Sephora, and that's why I've been shopping more at Ulta. And I actually have more Ulta stores close to me, so they're easy to access and I can just go straight to them. It's like you accumulate these points, but you just get sample sizes of stuff. So I've just been getting their 500 perk rewards. So I got this dry bar set. It has a dry shampoo. This is their detox dry conditioner. Really? Dry conditioner? Okay. It's a dry conditioner, so alright. Then they have, of course, the dry shampoo. And then they have, this is a triple sec 3-in-1. It texturizes, amplifies, and refreshes. So there are 3 little sprays here. And I'm figuring I can use these when I travel. And they have little hair clips in this set. So I did get that as a platinum, not a platinum perk, as a 500 point reward, because I'm just trying to use up my points because I can't stand Sephora's reward points. Anyway, moving on to the things that I got from Ulta. Now, like I said, I did use their 20% off for the platinum perk sale, and I grabbed one of my very first Benefit products. I think the only other thing I ever had from Benefit is what's their brow gel with the fibers in it? I forget what it was called, but I wasn't in love with that, but I did have that, and I think I tried out their gel eyeliner in the little clicky thing. That was like all the rage a couple of years ago, and I did not like it at all. So if you think about it, I've only tried out 2 Benefit products, and I wasn't ever interested in most of their other products, but a lot of people love their blushes and their bronzer shades, and I've never ever owned a box blush from Benefit. I know you've never seen me talk about Benefit, and I don't know, like, I'm never interested in their products. But this time around they have this Cheek Parade palette, which has 5 of their blushes and bronzers. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try this set out since it's 5 products. I don't have to individually buy shades. I can just buy a palette with 5 of their products and try them out. So they have 2 bronzers in here, Hoola and Hoola Light. Hoola Light is a new bronzer. Hoola is their typical bronzer. It's too light for me. Like, these come off, the Hoola Light comes off like a highlighter that I can probably set my under eyes with. And then Hoola is more like, it's almost like a face powder, like a setting powder for me. We'll try to figure it out. I'll probably use Hoola like a blush, like a natural blush. Anyway, may tell us say, the bronzer them is not bronzer for me. Them is face powder. Anyway, they have 3 of their blushes in here. One is a brand new blush. It's California, which is this shimmery sun looking one, and it has a little golden overspray, but it's more of like a corally pink. Then you have Dandelion, which is more of a light pink. It will not work on my complexion. And then they have Rockateur, which is more of a rosy tan. And then they have a little brush in here. I do think this is a nice set. I just don't think for my complexion it's necessarily the best set I could have picked up. But based on the price and then the 20% off, it actually worked out to like the price of one of their box blushes. So I do like California. I think that's a nice one. And then Rockateur I could rock with. So not necessarily the best value for money for me, because I'll probably get use out of 2 of the blushes in here, maybe a third. So I'm not really using the gamut of the palette, but I can make, you know, I'm okay with it. And it's a nice way to try out their products to see if I do want to try out other products from them when they launch other ones, or if I test them out in store. Like I said, I've just never been drawn to their box blushes or anything. Now, I did also grab a couple of these palettes from Urban Decay. It's the Jean-Michel Basquiat eyeshadow palettes. Now, a lot of people are outraged about the promotion of this. Like the promo images, they're using a white model. And Jean-Michel Basquiat was a black artist. He died in the 80s. I think he died in 83 when I was just born, but he died in the 80s from a heroin overdose. So that in and of itself is controversial enough. Like, he was a drug user. But the other thing that people are going crazy about, he was a black artist, and for them to use a white model when he was promoting black excellence is kind of throwing people off. The thing about it is they're using Ruby Rose as the model, and she is kind of one of their beauty ambassadors. Like, she did the lipstick range, she did the liquid lipsticks, like, she is kind of the face of the brand. So it's not necessarily that they used her and just recruited her for that. She is kind of their spokesperson, so it's kind of like using who you already have for the campaign. I don't feel that strongly about it, to be honest. I am kind of over all these things that people just pull apart different brands and different campaigns. I can't be consumed with those things. I just cannot. I am just here for the makeup, to have fun with them, to enjoy them, and I can't get consumed with all these miscellaneous scandals and, you know, the whole drama. If it is worth talking about, then obviously then I'll look into it. But if it's just something on the I don't know, like, maybe we're just a little bit too sensitive these days and everything is an uproar, and I just cannot bring all that negativity into my life and get overly consumed with it when I just really want the pretty makeup. So whatever. I got this palette is, which one is this one? Does it say, is it a specific kind of palette? This is the Gold Griot eyeshadow palette. And then on the back of this it says Jean-Michel Basquiat's creativity knew no limits. A true pioneer of the neo-expressionist movement, he quickly rose to fame in the 80s art scene in NYC. His iconic paintings and drawings are still exhibited all over the world. Now, he was more of like the graffiti, abstract art kind of person, and I really love the artwork on the box. I do like this. It's edgy, and it's kind of in line with what Urban Decay is all about. They're always edgy, and I like that they're celebrating a black artist, and not only a black artist, but one that was celebrated in New York City, because that's where I live. Again, I'm not getting into the controversy of all that, but the palette is a hard cardboard, but it's like a textured cardboard, and his artwork is on it, and then it has a little hanging cutout here that you can actually hang this as artwork. And I just really like the palette. I like how hefty it feels. This one folds over completely. There is a mirror in the lid, and then you have a double-ended brush. This is the neutral palette. And I will tell you right now what I did. Oh, the brush feels nice too. There's a dual-ended brush included in here. One's a blending side, and then one's more of a smudgy side. So I do actually like the brush. It feels really soft. But the color that made me, well, two colors in here made me get this palette. The shade Not For Sale, which is an orangey like brick brown. And then Pseudonym, which is a rich, it's almost like an inky blue. It has a little bit of purple undertone to it. Those two made me fall in love with the palette. And then the other shades I also really fell in love with over time. The only one I'm like skeptical about is Crown, which is that light yellow gold. I'm not too, you know, enthused about that. But they have 5 neutral shades in here. And there's a total of 8 shades. 4 of them, well, 3 of them are complete mattes, but the Pseudonym shade, which is the dark blue that I just mentioned. Did I even say what the name was? Pseudonym is that dark inky blue. It's more of like a satin texture. It has a little shimmer to it, but it's not frosty. And the same I could say for BK. It's more of a deep dark gray with shimmer, but it's not a frosty shade. So really like this palette, and the neutral shades in here are really beautiful as well. So I'm really excited to just dig into this palette and just have a ball with it. And then I also grabbed the other palette, which this one is the Tenant eyeshadow palette. This one, again, beautiful artwork. I love the abstract design of this art, and you can tell that it's like textured art too. I really like it. So this one opens the other way now, so it opens this way, still has a mirror in the lid. And then this one is a more colorful palette, and I fell in love with the last 2 shades. When I swatched them, I was like, shut up, I need it now. The shade Boom and the shade Untitled. inky deep blue, but it's kind of like a fluorescent blue. It's so beautiful. And then boom is like this beautiful turquoise shade. And then the shade next to it, Exu, is like a lime green, but it's really shimmery and really gorgeous. Like, it's so intense. So those three shades killed it for me. The two blue, of course. And then the other shades are nice too. But I will say the 1960 and Neo, which are the pink and the purple ones, are a little on the thin side. Not my favorite shades in the palette, but the other ones took it home for me. And these were a little bit pricey, but I couldn't let it go. And this one also has a double-ended brush, but this one is more of a shader, a small shader eyeshadow brush, and then a little bit of a small smudger on the other side. Again, I like these palettes. I don't feel the way other people feel about it. I just want to have fun with makeup. Anyway, let's just move along before we get too involved in that. I grabbed one of the Lorac palettes. This was a new one. This debuted a few months ago. It's been available for a while, and I was just like, I'm not getting it because it's overpriced. They had this on sale, okay? So it was on sale, plus I got the 20% off. So all in all, this ended up being like $20 or something close to it. Something crazy where I was like, all right, I can't turn down this deal. Now, this is the Lorac California Dreamin' palette. And it, you know, with Lorac palettes, it's either you love the formula or you don't. They have really buttery, creamy, soft shades, but they are powdery and they're loose. So some people don't like that. They have a ton of fallout. They can get messy. But I really like the formula, and I fell in love with the shade Kitty Cat, which is like a rose gold or like a rose bronze. It's a really beautiful shimmer shade. This guy now has, it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes. Yeah, I think 7 or 8 mattes. Is this Sandcastle matte? No. So it has 7 mattes in it, and there's a total of 12 shades. So that's a great combination for me. It has more rosy pinky hues, and then it has like this, I don't know. I like it, and I got a great bargain for, yeah, it's $30. I think it was on sale. So I got it for even cheaper. It's $30, and I got it for less than that for the sale, and then 20% off. So I really made out like a bandit for this palette to purchase. So if it's still available and still on sale, if you want to get it, I'm like, I really like it. But again, Lorac is one of those brands. You have to like their formula to really get into their palettes. And keeping with the palettes, I also got this Butter London plus Pantone Color of the Year 8-piece eyeshadow palette. The color of the year, in case you didn't know, is the, what is it? Greenery, which is a bright kind of grassy green shade. And Butter London did their, when is Sephora doing their color of the year? Did they do it yet? Like, Sephora is always the one that does the collaboration with Pantone for the color of the year, but I didn't see anything from them yet. Anyway, Butter London did this, and with Butter London, not many people talk about them, but their eyeshadows are really nice. Like, the formula is really nice, and I tend to get these on sale. But this green really called to me. Like, it's a neutral palette with that bold green in the middle. And I don't know, like, I'm really excited about this. Neutral palette, again, I have so many neutral tones, it's not even funny. But the green that they have in this palette is actually really pigmented and nice. So I was kind of skeptical, because I was like, they're not going to do this green any justice, and it's a matte green. But it did actually end up being quite beautiful. Now, I did grab a couple more of my Tarte Cosmetics Skinny Smolder Eyes eyeliners in the shade Onyx. These have become my new favorite black eyeliner for my lower waterline, so I did grab a couple more of those. I also grabbed one of the new Nars Bronzers. I grabbed the shade Fallacies. I want to say Fallacies because it's almost spelled like Fallacies, but it has an extra I. They switched the I around. So I'm going to say Fallaces. Fellatio. What? Fallacies is what I'm going to go with. But they had Casino as, was Casino a shade? I don't know, but Nars is known for their bronzers. I got this one. This is, I don't know, like, it's alright. It's nothing that exciting, but it's Nars, and they do good bronzers, and they do good powders, and I do like their powders, and I wanted to try this out. I don't even do bronzers that much, so what, I don't know. Me fast, I'm enough, I'm the want to see a what. That's my excuse. Like, at the end of the day, I really don't have an excuse for getting this because I am not a bronzer person. I was just inquisitive and I wanted to test it out. So I'll probably use it in a get ready with me video and let you guys know how that goes. Oh Lord, I didn't even mention this. So from Sephora, this is one of the things that I forgot to show you guys. This is one of their blush shades, their powder blushes. This is the shade Too Hot. It's shade number 7 and it's an orangey tone, like an orangey tangerine. And this is so beautiful. It's a matte finish and it's so gorgeous, and I'm so happy that I got it. I got it like on the final day of the sale and I'm happy I got it. Now, I didn't mention these that I got from Urban Decay. I should have mentioned this with the palette. They released new shades of their eyeshadow primer. They released like shimmer shades, like neutral shades, like skin color shades, and a white. So I got the white, which is Freebase. Yes, it's a cocaine and crack, and hence they worked with a artist that overdosed on heroin. I'm okay. I'm not that much of a prude. I'm okay. Like, it's people, they're not promoting drug use. Like, relax. If this is what's gonna make you do drugs, then you have other problems that you need to reflect on. But I got the shade Freebase, which is a matte white, and Caffeine, which is a matte kind of like caramelly tone, which is actually my skin tone, and it's a really beautiful tone. And then I got Major Sin and Sin, which are shimmery shades. Sin is more of a champagne. Major Sin is more of a deeper golden champagne. These are really pigmented. Like, they will give you like a primer base combination. So if you wanted a base under your eye color, your eyeshadow colors to really make them pop, then these will really help out. And I do love their primer potion already. The only problem is these are I don't like the applicator, but I'm okay with it. I make it work. I prefer the squeeze tube that they have, but since these are like colored bases, I think maybe the applicator may work out better than a squeezy tube. But yes, very excited for those because I actually applied them to my hand and they didn't budge, smudge, move, or anything. And I was like, what? That is really good. Now, I should have mentioned this from Nars as well. I grabbed the Narcissist palette. Wasn't going to get this. Like, I kept avoiding it, and everybody was like, oh, it's nice, da da da. I got burned by other Nars eyeshadow palettes, and I was so put off that I wasn't going to get this. But I swatched it in store, and this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes. The black is kind of like a satin finish, but there are 5 mattes in here. It's a neutral palette, but it's more of a smoky neutral palette, so it has deeper tones in it. It has some shimmery bronzy shade. Like, one is more of a, almost like a, how do you call that? Like a tannish bronze, and then one is more of a golden bronze. Like, one is, yeah, like a taupey bronze and then a golden bronze. And I don't know, like the texture, they're really soft. They're not hard pressed. Like, that's what happened with another palette that I got from them. It was so hard pressed that it was hard to pick up. It was not good. But this is smooth. It's beautiful. They apply beautifully. They blend out nicely. And I'm glad I got my hands on it. It's a really nice palette, and I love the packaging. It's like that reflective gold. Gets fingerprints everywhere. I didn't remove the plastic yet, but I love how they've been doing their packaging lately. I really, really love that. Now, keeping with Nars, I did get 2 of their brushes, their face brushes. They released a new line of brushes, which are really expensive. And I was like, what the hell? Because, again, I am fuss and enough, and I want to know is what? I got 2 of them. I didn't get the most expensive ones because, no, I'm good. Like, face brushes, like big face brushes, I don't really use that much. So I got more of like a blush and highlighter size. So this one is the number not even there on it. Hello, Nars. On the sell the things that expensive and I don't even have the number on it. Hello? This one, the large one is, let me see. Number 3, the intensifier. They should have at least put it on the brush, don't you? Oh, see there? It's in black. It's like a little black number that's hard to see. Number 3, the intensifier. These are so soft. These are so soft. They're sleek with the black handles. It's just so sexy. Like, I'm gonna use this for probably blush, and then the other one is the number 5, and this one is called the Small Brightener. And to me, you can use this under the eyes to like set under your eyes, or you can use this to apply highlighter in a very precise place. And yeah, and again, it's so soft. It's like a teardrop shape. Really nice. So I'm really excited about this guy. Now, from Ulta, I also grabbed this. This is the Murad Matte Effect Blotting Perfector. This is meant to mattify, refresh, and set. Mattify skin, minimize pores, and sets makeup. You can instantly mattify, refresh, and set with this translucent liquid blotting formula. To me, that's what drew me in. I was like, what? A liquid mattifier? A blotting? Like a liquid blotter? What? It's meant to absorb oil, minimize pores, and perfect skin. It sets makeup, and you can touch up throughout the day or use on bare skin for a natural matte look. There's a cooling antimicrobial applicator, and it will not disturb makeup. So this is a compact. It's a cushion. That's how they do it. It's not like a liquid in a bottle. It's a cushion product. So you have the little cushion, and they give you the little applicator, and you press it in. So it's antimicrobial, so it should resist the growth of bacteria. Especially with a product like this, when you're re-dipping, you don't want there to be bacteria all over. So it does mattify, and it's not disturbing my makeup at all under it, even though the makeup kind of lifts a little bit. So, but it's not like moving my makeup and making it look crazy. So actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really like this. It's a little bit pricey, but so far I've been liking it. I think it's gonna be really good in the summertime when I just want to like touch up without disturbing anything, and I just want to mattify. I don't know. I'm gonna wear it some more and use it some more and see if I'm really really excited about it. So far I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm like really amped up, like, yeah, get this, you know, like I like it thus far, and I'm gonna see if I really like it. Now, I did pick up another blush type product. This is from Lancôme Paris, and it's in French, and I can't pronounce anything about it. It's a bronzer and blush harmony sun kiss effect. It says it's Belle de Teint. So it's a bronzer and blush combo. It has 2 different bronzer shades. So one's a little bit darker than the lighter one on the hair, and then it has 2 blush colors in the middle. One's more of a bright pink, one's more of a bright orange. Now, here's how stupid I am. Oh, this is shade number 2, which is Patio d'une Nuit. I will leave the name down below because obviously I don't speak French and I'm butchering that. Here's the thing about this that I really didn't think about. I didn't think it through. How are you going to use just the orange blush or just the pink blush or just the bronzer, whichever shade? Because the way it's set up, it not really convenient for use one shade. So I don't know. Oh, you gotta get into it. I mean, if you use a really small brush, you can get into it like I just did, but who is going to use a small brush like that? Like, are you really going? I mean, I could, obviously, I just did. But is that what you really want? Like, the inconvenience is a little bit off. But I really like the texture, and Lancôme does do beautiful products as well. So maybe, you know what? You just have to use a small brush, and you just have to work with it. And I guess I'm just gonna have to work with it. But beautiful colors, beautiful texture. I'm really excited about this one. And then to wrap it up, I'm going to mention some products that I got from NYX Cosmetics because they were having a buy one, get one 50% off. And then my friend Tish mentioned a couple of things that I should pick up from them. So I did. I went ahead and grabbed a couple of things from them. I'll just mention them quickly and then we'll be on our way. I grabbed this pore filler primer from them. It's meant to instantly create a satiny smooth finish, minimizing the appearance of enlarged pores. And it says it can be worn over makeup, under makeup, or without makeup. So I love a pore filler because, you know, I have enlarged pores because of my oily skin. And the thing that Tish told me to get was the Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation. She was wearing this. We went to the makeup show and she was wearing this and she was like, you have to get this. So she has oily skin and of course I do too. So I got the shade Deep Golden, which is SMF 18.3. I guess the Stay Matte Not Flat SMF. And yeah, the shade is Deep Golden, like I said, and I'm interested in trying this out because I like an inexpensive foundation product for every day, like going to work where I don't really need anything crazy. Now I did get the matching powder. This is the Deep Golden powder, which is the Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundation. I don't know that they're matching powders, like shades though, because this is really deep and a little bit more orange than I would like. So I'm gonna have to try this out some more because you'll see, like up close, you'll see me swatch it. It doesn't really, I don't know how that's working out. I also got two of the Pro Foundation mixers. I got the shade Olive, which is, I found more and more that neutral foundations suit me better than really warm or really warm foundations with that really rich yellow undertone. I find that neutral goes best. So I got the olive shade, which is more of a neutral tone, to mix with my foundations that are too warm to make them a little bit more suitable for my skin tone. And then I also grabbed the shade Deep because I have girlfriends with deep skin tones and sometimes they want me to do their foundation and you don't always get a good match for dark foundation. And I wanted to make sure I had this on hand when my girlfriends are here and I can do their makeup. So I'll have this on, you know, on deck, ready to go. I also grabbed the glitter primer from them. I've heard such great things about this. So I am going to test this out. I'm actually wearing a little bit of this now. It does still transfer to like my crease area, but we're gonna see how that goes. And then Tish also told me to get the matte liquid liner. So I grabbed it to try it out. Now I have not worn like a liquid liner, like a cat eyeliner, for the longest, like well over a year, because I just think my eye makeup looks better without a liquid liner. I don't know, like I used to not wear eyeshadow without a liner. Like that was not a thing. And then once I started just going without liner, I have not gone back. But I got this to try out, Tish, just because you tell me to try it out. So I'm gonna try it out. So that's it. That's going to wrap up the things that I got from Ulta with a little bit of Sephora. And then I also mixed Nars in with it. Even though Nars is available at Ulta, but I did purchase those directly off the Nars website. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this haul video. Enjoyed seeing the swatches and up close little snippets of the products. So everything just turned over. Lord have mercy. And I don't have time to clean up. I have to go now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, I'm going to leave a full list of the products used and mentioned in the description box down below. I didn't, not use, but mentioned in the description box down below. I will also leave links on where you can pick those up. Now, those links are going to be affiliate links, the majority of them, which means if you make a purchase through those links, I do get a small sales commission. If you're not comfortable with that, definitely don't purchase through my links. Just go ahead and shop how you normally would through whatever website, Sephora, Ulta, Nars, however you shop. But I will leave my links in case you want to use them because it does help me to put back into the channel. And if you do use my links, thank you so much for the continued support. I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter page where you should be following me along for like the fun interaction off YouTube. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.